Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing? It's Thursday, July the 14th, 2022. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight for another metallic episode of Music of Destruction. Bringing you the best in metal-related content right here on YouTube. If you missed anything, click the eye, bring down that menu. Everything you need to get caught up is there. I'd really appreciate it. Remember, subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you know when I post a new video. Upfront, opinionated, critical, and not afraid to speak my mind. Don't like it, don't watch me. Welcome to Top 15 Thursdays here on the channel. Once again, tonight I'm doing another episode in this series. I'm sure you guys have been enjoying these. So tonight I am doing my top 15 metal albums from 2001. We've entered the 2000s here. Decent era for metal. There were some stellar bands doing great music, especially in the third wave of black metal, funeral doom, resurgence of thrash, new wave of traditional heavy metal, all that great stuff, sludge, lots of good stuff going on. For myself, this was a good decade for metal, and not only were there 6 of the staples of the metal genres were fully established, with many sub-genres branching off the main 6. Of course, you had so much awesome stuff coming out at this time as well. Alright, let's just get into it. Coming in at number 15, Black Witchery with Desecration of the Holy Kingdom. Released in 2001 on Full Moon Productions, USA Bestial Black Metal. This is a very powerful album. It's totally dark, evil, chaotic, fast, brutal, aggressive, with no niceties or melody or hooks. It's just straight on bestial black metal, which is one of my favorite subgenres of black metal, provided it's done right. Black Witchery have established themselves firmly within the bestial or war metal scene, although I'd hardly call any of this stuff war metal. But anyway, it's pretty good. There's some great moments on here. I really like the production and really enjoy where the band was going with this album. Number 15, Black Witchery, Desecration of the Holy Kingdom. Coming in at number 14, Revenge, Attack, Blood, Revenge, the EP, released in 2001 on Dark Horizon Records. Canadian bestial black metal legends. Revenge kicking ass on this. This is an EP that would be come a couple years before their first full length. For 17 minutes, this is pretty awesome. It's what you're looking for from Revenge. Yes, they established themselves a lot more on their full lengths. This is where it began for the band. This is a fucking pretty awesome 17 minutes of chaos, brutality, aggression, raw hatred, and taking no fucking prisoners. Number 14, Revenge, Attack, Blood, Revenge. Coming in at number 13, My Dying Bride, The Dreadful Hours, released in 2001 on Peaceville Records. English gothic doom metal band here. They got some really good stuff. Some of their albums for me have been hit and miss. This one, My Dying Bride, The Dreadful Hours, is really good. It's melancholic, it's slow, it's plodding. It's like very atmospheric. It's kind of like wears over you, and it's very depressing in places, but it's also got some pretty good serene moments. I like the instrumentation and the atmosphere they were able to bring forth with this. It's pretty good. Number 13, My Dying Bride, The Dreadful Hours. Coming in at number 12, we have Shape of Despair, Angels of Distress, released in 2001 on Spike Farm Records. Finnish funeral doom metal legends, Shape of Despair, Angels of Distress. This is a very, very prolific, poignant, powerful, emotional release. This is a very powerful record. It's got some amazing doom metal somberness to it. It's very melancholic, very like cathartic, very emotional. You could tell there's a lot of sadness that emits from this album surrounding it. It emanates a lot of melancholy. Pretty fucking good stuff. Shape of Despair, Angels of Distress gets number 12. Coming in at number 11, we have German thrash metal legends Creator with Violent Revolution, released in 2001 on Steamhammer Records. This is a great Creator album. A lot of people thought they lost steam after the mid-90s. I think this was a great comeback record for Creator, and they showed that they're not just a flash-in-the-pan band. They had some less than stellar albums over the years, but as I said in my Creator albums ranked video, they don't have a bad release. Violent Revolution in 2001 was a very powerful statement for this. It's very violent, visceral, aggressive, and dark, and fast, and heavy, and just all out fucking awesome with that great message that Creator always carries in their music. It's a powerful release. Creator's Violent Revolution gets number 11. Coming in at number 10, USA sludge metal legends Crowbar with Sonic Excess in its purest form, released in 2001 on Spitfire Records. This is a very depressing, somber record about excess, addiction, and the depression that inevitably follows drug addiction. It's an extremely powerful release from Crowbar, and I think it's an album that stands the test of time even to this day. Crowbar are absolute legends in the New Orleans metal scene, and this is a band that should not be overlooked by any fan of sludge metal. Crowbar Sonic Excess in its purest form is one of their best. It's one of their most emotional releases, darkest, and I would say heaviest. Awesome stuff. Crowbar Sonic Excess in its purest form gets number 10. Coming in at number 9, Darkened Nocturne Slaughter Cult, Follow the Calls for Battle. Released in 2001 independently. German black metal legends. Led by the female vocalist. She's got some pretty shrill, incredible, evil vocals on here. There's some amazing coldness to this album, and it's very aggressive, fast, dark, and poignant, and it's fucking raw black metal with some incredible instrumentation and atmosphere. An extremely powerful release here, and I think it's one of their best. Darkened Nocturne Slaughter Cult, Follow the Calls for Battle gets number 9. Coming in at number 8, we have Belgian brutal death metal legends Aborted, Engineering the Dead, released in 2001 on Listenable Records. This was before Aborted became a shit band. I don't know how anybody could fucking stand them nowadays. Some of their later stuff is okay, but I think the greatest stuff Aborted ever did was in their early days. Engineering the Dead, one of the best brutal death metal albums of all fucking time. Aborted were a band that took no goddamn prisoners back then, includes in terms of influence and their sound. They just did whatever the fuck they wanted. This album proves it in spades. It's fucking brutal, it's dark, it's just straight up gore grinding fucking death metal. Not in gore grind, but you get what I mean. It's violent and visceral dismemberment. It's fucking awesome. Engineering the Dead from Aborted gets number 8. Coming in at number 7, USA black metal legends Krieg, Destruction Ritual, released in 2001 on Red Stream Inc. Krieg is one of those bands that's hit or miss for people. I find a lot of their albums to be very dark, abrasive, mental illness stricken albums with nothing but chaos. Krieg is one of the heaviest bands in terms of chaos and absolute craziness due to Imperial's mind state when he writes a lot of this stuff. This album, Destruction Ritual, is all about the destruction of the self. That's what it's about, and you're not going to get any niceties or slow down. It's just straight on black metal, assault and coldness, isolation and decay. Number 7, Krieg, Destruction Ritual. Coming in at number 6, French black metal legends Mutilation with Black Millennium Grimly Reborn. This is a very incredible album from Mutilation. I find it to be one of their best, and it's definitely one that I find that I really still enjoy to this day. It's got an atmosphere that is pretty unmistakable. It's very hard to explain what I got from this album, but it's very dark and foreboding and will have you in a pretty shitty mind state unless you're used to this kind of music. But you know what to expect from Mutilation and the Les Legions Noir. This is awesome stuff. Number 6, Mutilation Black Millennium. Coming in at number 5, Viking Crown, Banished Rhythmic Hate, released in 2001 on Season of Mist Records. This side project of Frank Pucci, aka Killjoy, Philip Anselmo, and of course Philip's ex-wife Stephanie Opalyn Throne Weinstein. Now, a lot of people thought Viking Crown was a joke. I think it's an incredible album. Everything this band did I absolutely love, and I have to get their other 2 albums. I only own Innocence from Hell. This album is just unbridled raw hatred and evil in its purest fucking form. You're not going to find any cleanness on this album. It's very abrasive, and you're not going to get that sound from other black metal bands that you do from Viking Crown. You can certainly tell this is a very unique band, and the input from all 3 of these musicians creatively really makes Viking Crown stand out. Banished Rhythmic Hate from Viking Crown gets number 5. Coming in at number 4, USA brutal death metal legends Broadquin with Festival of Death, released in 2001 on Unmatched Brutality Records. This is just nothing but a festival of death. It's fucking dismemberment, man. It's chaos, brutal, aggressive, raw, and just no fucking slowdown or niceties at all. It's fucking so fast, it almost blows the mind with how good this drummer is. If you know Broadquin, you know what to expect from this release. And for me, it's one of their better albums. I love Instruments of Torture the best, but this is an absolute masterpiece to me. Methods of Execution is really good too. I have to get Broadquin's stuff and a Broadquin shirt. They're my favorite brutal death metal band next to Cryptopsy. and Nile, and this is a fucking masterpiece. Festival of Death from Brooklyn gets number 4. Coming in at number 3, Tool with Lateralis, released in 2001 on Volcano Records. USA psychedelic progressive metal legends Tool. This album is so psychedelic and otherworldly and emotional and complex and juxtaposing. Man, this is a jaw-dropping album from Tool. Maynard James Keenan and Company really stepped up on this album as a great follow-up to Anima or Anima. I don't know why people say Anima. I say Anima. If you don't like it, I don't care. Yeah, Lateralis had so many great moments, tripping on mushrooms and stuff, listening to this album. It's fucking incredible, man. It's Tool's Lateralis. If you don't know it, why? I mean, progressive psychedelic metal, these guys are masters at it. It's great. Tool's Lateralis gets number 3. Coming in at number 2, Swedish black metal legends Marduk with La Grande Danse Macabre, released in 2001 on Century Media Records. This is when we would start to see Marduk take a kind of a different direction from their super fast blasting cacophony. This album had some great atmospheric pieces on it. It's slower in places, but also blisteringly fast in others. I really, really loved this Marduk album. In fact, this was the first Marduk album I ever heard, and I immediately had to look into the band more and became very, very entranced with them and just enthralled by it. I heard this album back in 2001 and never looked back since with Marduk. Been with them for 21 years now. Haven't looked back. This fucking album is absolutely amazing. Go out and get it. Coming in at number 1, Swedish depressive black metal legends with Silencer, Death Pierce Me, Natram at the helm with Lyri on guitar and drums and bass. And you know, this is a very, very mentally ill album. It's fragile, it's mentally broken, it's black, it's bleak, it's depressing, it's suicidal, it's insane, it's psychotic, it's pure death. This is a death trip. This album has Natram completely breaking down mentally, sobbing his eyes out in places, and cutting himself violently with glass while he recorded this. And that's how he got that horrific sounding vocals and screams that people kind of think are comical. I found them comical too at first until I really learned why he sounds the way he does. This is the sound of a man who's mentally broken 150%. It's a shame that Natram hasn't returned to music, though he did do Diagnose Lebensgefahr in 2011, which I have, Transformalin as well. That will be getting reviewed on the channel here as well. But yeah, Death Pierce Me is a absolute depressive, suicidal black metal classic. There's no way it was not going to get number 1 when DSBM is my favorite genre. And no, not that post-Ghost Bath fucking black gaze garbage either, or fucking, you know, with Ghost Bath and Death Heaven, they fucking blow. If you listen to that shit, don't call yourself a fucking black metal fan, because you're a goddamn poser. Anyway, number 1, Silencer's Death Pierce Me. Alright, so there you have it, another top 15 in the books here on the channel. Hope you enjoyed the premiere. If you're new, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Merchandise in the description. Teespring, as well as bonfire.com/store/music-shop-destruction. I appreciate everyone who buys merch. Join the channel, become an MOD Elite. Amazing perks at $4.99 per month. Hit the join button, you get access, exclusive content, review requests, band interviews, and band promotions if you have a band. Collaborations if you have a metal YouTube channel, and I'll help you with your channel as well if you're a metal YouTuber. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Have an awesome night. We'll see you for Metal Album Warfare Fridays. Cheers, everybody.